Everybody, and welcome to today's video segment on how melatonin can support our blood sugar. With diabetes on the rise and obesity becoming more and more prevalent, it is vitally important that we seek ways in which to deal with this widespread pathology. Melatonin plays a big role in reducing one's HbA1c, as well as regulating ghrelin and leptin levels. For those of you who are unaware as to what ghrelin and leptin are, ghrelin enables one's appetite, whilst leptin helps to suppress its appetite. Both are highly important in order to manage the gastrointestinal endocrine system and play a pivotal role within its health. HbA1c, for those of you who aren't aware, is in essence a 3-month window telling us how well our bodies have been dealing with sugar. Now, the ways in which melatonin helps to support these two dynamics in thus improving upon blood sugar regulation is multitudinal. Specifically, in one aspect, there are MT1 receptors, which are found in the pancreatic cells, the beta cells, which are responsible for producing insulin. Now, these particular melatonin receptors in these beta cells help to support tyrosine phosphorylation, which in essence improves upon how well we are able to produce leptin, the hormone that gives us a sensation of feeling full. In addition to that, there are other MT receptors, MT2 namely. MT2 has a multitudinal pleiotropic effect in the body, and in that, it helps to phosphorylate insulin substrates receptor, and in doing so, it helps to improve on how well our muscles are able to absorb and utilize glucose into storage forms of glycogen. In addition to that, MT2 receptors also increase the release of glucose from the liver. Thus, it also supports those who are having compromised sleep, meaning that you fall asleep and you wake up with these hunger pangs and have an inability to get back to sleep unless you have a midnight snack. Well, melatonin can help you in this regard in that it helps to inhibit the rapid uptake of insulin while we're sleeping, providing its release of sugar from the liver, thus promoting a better deep wave sleep opportunity. Thus, also in that whole paradigm, reducing the likelihood of reactive hypoglycemia. In addition to that, it also helps to modulate the volume of insulin release in that insulin release is inversely proportionate to the quantity of melatonin levels. And rightfully so, as melatonin does inhibit its activities to a certain regard, thus in affording more glucose availability. It's important to take this into consideration as dependent upon when one were to use melatonin, whether it be a daytime use, which has been utilized in certain cases such as cancer, or an evening use, which is more traditionally used, one needs to consider the different dynamics of its effect dependent upon the exposure of blue light to the retina, okay, the photon effect. In essence, during daytime use, when one has a higher exposure to natural light, the melatonin increases insulin sensitivity, it reduces the likelihood of gluconeogenesis, it increases adiponectin production, and it increases muscular and hepatic glycolyses. During evening dosing, it reduces insulin release, increases gluconeogenesis, improves upon leptin secretion, and also helps with adipose lipolyses. So very contrasting effects depending on the time and the day of which one takes melatonin, and this can be specific for a whole host of different physiological scenarios. In essence, melatonin most certainly can support one's blood sugar, not only just in reducing overall load, but also improving upon how well specific cells in the body are able to utilize blood sugar. For me, Justin Maguire, if you found this information to be helpful, please click subscribe below, share the link with others, and I look forward to sharing more insight on other molecules as interesting as melatonin with you in the future. Until we meet again next time, remember, stay optimized.